at a shoe level. Here's the irony. Scrum is defined at re level. If you guys don't know that. Scrum is 5 sentences. All of Scrum is 5 sentences. I'll tell you what they are. Everything else is an add-on. Right? So the first sentence of Scrum is deliver every sprint. Actually, there's fine print. That's your escape clause, which says demo or deliver every sprint. In 2001, all I said was demo every sprint. But by 2008, when I saw Ken teach again, he had seen so many people actually delivering, and the value of an actual delivery, the learning quality is so much better, that he was telling people to deliver every sprint. But in the fine print, it says you can still just demo, right? So rule 1, demo or deliver every sprint. Rule 2, it's the magic rule, says management allegedly collected people, cross-functional people with sufficient skill base that could actually pull off the job. That was their assignment, right? Is to get the people and put them on the job. Having done that, getting a group of people that are sufficient to the task and giving them an assignment, management butts out. No micromanagement. That's where the self-organization, self-management stuff comes in. Once you say rule number 2, you can't say anything more. You can't add anything. And I remember when burn down charts were in the core of Scrum, and I was saying that's a barnacle. That's a barnacle attached to the outside. It's not core Scrum. And giving teams permission to not do burn down charts. And one of the managers said to this person came to my class and said, I'm very happy to see we could explore other ideas besides like burn down charts. He says, no, you can't. We're going to do Scrum by the book. You have to have a burn down chart. And I wrote to his manager and said, if you're going to do Scrum by the book, he can't write that email. Rule 2, team decides. Rule 3, this is a complicated story. You need to inspect and adapt every day in every sprint. Right? Inspect and adapt. We know that. Now the last 2 sentences are they're a little bit close to barnacles, but they give Scrum its fingerprint. But you're going to see how I phrase them very, very, very specifically. And by the way, I've run these sentences past Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland, so I've checked them. The fourth one is, but notice the difference in tone here. It's a good idea if you have somebody with some spare capacity who can go around the organization and take care of problems and impediments and roadblocks and things, so that your best programmers and database people and UX people and test people aren't spending their time running around trying to get 5 signatures on a piece of paper. That person, who we will call the chief impediment remover, not the only impediment. I have an impediment. I don't have any coffee. Scrum Master, right? So its chief impediment remover is the Scrum Master. But notice the Scrum Master has no power. The Scrum Master's there, right? You're laying out a road, and you've got this machine, rolling, right? People putting in the tar. It's a good idea that someone go take the twigs, out before these guys don't have to stop and get out, take out a twig and get back in, right? That's the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master's running ahead, taking care, right? But it's a good idea. It is a good idea. But that's the Scrum Master. And the last one is the product owner, and this is very close to a barnacle. It's a solution, a good, decent solution to a frequently encountered problem, which you wouldn't think would belong in the core of Scrum. But what happens is the programmers are all working, and a salesperson comes down and says, I got this great client. You just put this in. I'm going to get a commission so big I'm going to Hawaii. Put this in. I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you a pizza. I'll buy you 2 pizzas, right? Just put this in. And so you get all these salespeople coming down, and the programmers are getting pulled in all different directions. Or the other problem is the programmers have a question. They ask 3 different people. They get 3 different answers, right? And so, Jeff and Ken go sort that out. There's literally going to be 1 pair of vocal cords that establish priorities and sort out these questions. We never have a question. If a salesperson comes down, right, it's the Scrum Master product owner runs interference. He says, go talk to the product owner, put it in the queue, blah, 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 right? So it's a sorting out. So it's a good answer to a frequently encountered problem, and that's the product owner. Now, that's Scrum. 5 sentences. It's re. That's re. There are no anythings.